Let's start with a question, a brutal one. Was Eren Yeager already dead long before he started the rumbling? I don't mean physically. I mean, was the boy we knew, the one screaming for freedom in Shiganshina? Was he, in essence, murdered by the very concept of freedom itself? For me, the moment that boy died was the instant his lips touched Historia's hand. Because in that moment, the future became a cage and the path forward became nothing but rails leading to a hell of his own making. The journey of Eren Yeager, from hero to mass murderer, is the dark, beating heart of Attack on Titan. But here's the critical mistake I see people make. Eren's fall wasn't a single event. It wasn't a switch being flipped. It was a systematic psychological erosion, a methodical collapse. It was, as the title says, a descent. And I believe this descent happened in 4 distinct, agonizing stages. Today, we are not just rewatching his story. We are performing a psychological autopsy. We're going to peel back every single layer of this character and pinpoint the exact key events that pushed him violently from one stage to the next, from a raging victim to a global destroyer.
Stage 1, The Raging Boy, Seasons 1 through 3.
First, we have Stage 1, The Raging Boy. This is the Eren from Seasons 1 to 3, and his defining trait? Pure, unadulterated rage. But what I find fascinating is that we, the audience, loved him for it. We mistook his rage for strength, but rage is not a weapon. It's a cage. This primitive Eren was driven by one thing and one thing only: revenge. His mother's death was the fuel. His worldview was painfully simple, almost childishly binary. Us, the last of humanity, versus them, the mindless titans. He was, in every sense, a slave to his own emotions. He was all action, zero foresight. He acted first and thought later, if he thought at all. The key events that define this Eren are pure trauma. It's watching his mother be eaten. It's the total powerlessness he feels during the Battle of Trost, and most importantly, it's the devastating betrayal of realizing his friends, Reiner, Bertholdt, Annie, were the very monsters he had sworn to kill. This Eren was a reaction. He wasn't a plan. He was just a scream given human form. Stage 2, The Burdened. Post-basement and the hand kiss. This brings us to Stage 2, The Burdened. This, for me, is the single most important turning point in the entire story. The mini hook here? When you see the future, the past becomes your prison. This stage begins after the basement reveal, but it's solidified in that throne room. The rage doesn't just disappear, it gets crushed under the weight of something far heavier: fatalism. The angry boy is replaced by a man burdened with depression and the despair of determinism. He's no longer the engine of the story. He has suddenly become its prisoner. The key event is, of course, kissing Historia's hand. The moment Eren sees the future, the entire future, the fragmented visions of his own atrocities, the rumbling, the end of everything, the raging boy is gone. He's dead. From this point on, Eren is no longer fighting to avenge the past. He is fighting to reach an inevitable, horrifying future. He has seen the script, he has seen the end, and now he just has to walk the path. There is no joy, no hope. There is only the burden. Stage 3, The Infiltrator, Marley. And that dreadful path leads him directly to Stage 3, The Infiltrator. This is the Eren we meet in Marley. And this, I would argue, is the stage where Eren dies emotionally. The mini hook for this stage? To understand the enemy, you must live as them, or perhaps become them. His decision to go to Marley alone is chilling. He's not just scouting, he's confirming. He crosses the sea, and what does he find? Not the monsters he was taught about. He finds people. He finds families, propaganda, traumatized children, and everyday citizens who are just like he was. But here is the most terrifying part. This newfound empathy, this realization that his enemies are just people, it doesn't stop him. It doesn't make him hesitate. It fuels him. It confirms his despairing belief that the cycle is unbreakable, that humanity will never stop hating Eldians, and that his future path is the only one. The key event is his conversation with Reiner in that basement in Liberio. He looks his former friend, his nemesis, in the eye and says, "We are the same." He's not accusing Reiner anymore. He's not angry. He's accepting his own role as the man who will do the exact same thing Reiner did, but on a scale the world cannot even imagine.
Stage 4, the Destroyer, the final act.
Finally, Stage 4, the Destroyer. The activation of the rumbling. The mini-hook for this final act: absolute freedom demands absolute sacrifice. But who pays the price? The Eren we see now is no longer the logical, cold infiltrator. He's certainly not the raging boy. This is something else entirely. This is a primal force. He isn't just doing this for Paradis anymore. He's not even just doing it to save his friends, though that is his justification. The mask finally comes off in that devastating, soul-crushing conversation with Armin in the Paths. When Armin demands to know why all of it, Eren finally admits the darkest truth. He did it because he wanted to. He was disappointed in humanity. He did it because his twisted, childish, selfish idea of freedom, the one he's had since he was a boy, meant an empty world, a blank slate, the scenery he dreamed of. He did it because in the end, after all the justifications were stripped away, he was simply himself.
Now let's be honest here. There's a huge counter-argument, and we have to address it. You might be thinking, did Eren really fall? Or was he just doing what was necessary? Many people view Eren not as a villain, but as a dark hero, a necessary evil. They argue, with a lot of very good evidence, that he had no other choice. The world had allied to destroy his home. Without the rumbling, Paradis was doomed to be annihilated. Wasn't his action just the ultimate, terrible act of utilitarianism? Wasn't he just accepting the burden of becoming a demon to save the people and the home he loved? It's a valid question. Is it a moral fall if you're choosing the only option available to you? Or was there another way? This, for me, is where the entire story hits its philosophical core. The entire debate, his entire journey, boils down to one of the oldest questions we have: free will versus determinism. Eren Yeager is the character most obsessed with freedom in all of fiction. But here is the grand, tragic paradox. Was he the most free character in the story, or was he its greatest slave? Think about it. The Attack Titan's power is to see the future. But once you have seen the future, do you have any choice but to walk towards it? Every choice Eren makes from that hand kiss forward is just him playing a part in a script that was already written by his future self. He was trapped completely and totally by the very freedom he craved. So I want to ask you, drop it in the comments. For you, what was the precise moment Eren Yeager crossed the line of no return? Was it the basement in Liberio? The hand kiss? Or was it all the way back when he killed those kidnappers as a child? Our autopsy of Eren Yeager doesn't reveal a simple monster. It reveals a traumatized boy, a tired soldier, a fiercely loyal friend, and ultimately, a slave to an idea. His journey is a brutal, tattered warning about what happens when the cycle of hatred is met with an even greater, more absolute force of hatred. It's a tragedy about the terrifying, incomprehensible cost of violence. So in the end, after all the dust is settled and the bones have turned to grass, What is Eren Yeager? A savior? A destroyer? Or was he, as he himself said, just an idiot, trapped by a destiny he could see but never, ever escape?